First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
They'll run on first down. Dillard, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Check. General West. Hey. High 7.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. He's tired. Let's go.
From the gun, Trader. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Check, back out. Blue 90. Get to the ball. Let's get rid. Check. Crunch.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Check, back out. 90. Check. Monday.
Christian, Travis.
He's got it to Hilton. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On the ground is Michel. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And that will be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Trader. Now they go screen. It's complete. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Back to throw. Trader. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
On the ground, this is Michel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Michel. They find some open field here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Sony Michel with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Zoo.
37. Let's go. And we're going 37 is the mic. Mike,
back to the air on second down. Trader. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
60 outlaw.
don't say nothing. Show it up. Show it up.
Topper. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. All day, punk.
Hey.
Bumps out the helmet. Here we go. Here we go.
Now.
Throwing on third and long. Trader, this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Saints 0.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Looking to throw on second down. Trader. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. The 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 84 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Saints 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On second down now, Michelle. And some space here. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Sony Michel his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Go, go.
97's the mic, 97's the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz. 97's the mic, 97's the mic.
Operating from the gun, Waldron. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Looking long for Thomas, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Hey, watch the slant. He's coming. Double up, double up. Alive.
Call. Protein spill.
56 the mic.
Now a first down throw. Lock. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Switch it. 61, matchbox lights. Bravo.
Throwing on first down. Trader looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
It compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, Michelle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. Again, he finds an opening, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Sony Michel on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw. Trader. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Love. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game. Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. Touchdown, Falcons! DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. He goes airborne. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive. And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you
try and score when given the opportunity.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught.
And it's a fumble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. To throw on second down, Knight. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right side.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's pulled in at the 32. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spending...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. And even 50 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. Hey,
Quo.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Monday.
They'll run it. This is Michel. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Logan. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. DJ Chark. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Luck, and he's going to go down again. Marcus Davenport, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
12. Mike 56. You just warm up. Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go, G. Get off the...
Hey, Echo.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Out of the gun. Luck. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
The strong windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Oh, up and over. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
On the ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're...
Under pressure, they got him again.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
2nd and 11. He's got Smith here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. He's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll go option to the short side. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That good for 19 and a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On first down, they go option to the right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Let's go.
Back to throw. Knight. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing on third and long. Knight. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Rashawn Perriman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Second down and 10.
Ready, break.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Shoot.
To throw again. Knight. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Here we go.
The Saints on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is third down and 12.
Ready.
From the gun, Knight. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
Ready.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll go option on second down, right side. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey,
Behind the line of scrimmage. A 2-yard loss brings up third down and 12.
now.
97's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
To throw on third down. Knight nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Trader. And it is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Michel. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Love. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. He hops over him.
That's why you stretch.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. On 4th down, Knight. Now a desperate. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that